Warning: this video contains super awesome content not suitable for people who don't enjoy super awesomeness. Viewer discretion advised.
Hi, I'm Bradley with Blue Cord, and today I'm going to be picking up a new power tool for my Stihl Kombi System. Now, for those who've been following the channel for a little bit, you know that I had the KX523 Power Broom on order, and the dealer actually got it about 2 months ago, but they didn't have any of the actuators that they could put on it, and they didn't want to sell it to me without the actuator. So I waited and waited and waited for close to 2 months. And finally, my wife told me to make a decision, wait for the KX523 Narrow Broom, which would have been awesome, or buy a new drone that would give us better videos, in my opinion. I'm super excited to get some drone footage of some of the work that we do with these incredible machines. But anyway, back to the Kombi system. So since I'm not getting the Power Broom for Susie's precious walkway, I'm still going to delicately clean that off with the KX523 Snowblower, but I'm not going to lower it all the way. We're not going to scrape the walkway, but I still need to clean it. Rather than break my back with a shovel or with a broom, I'm going to use the Stihl Kombi System. I have a KM131R that can take different attachments, and you know me and how much I love Ventrac, and one of the reasons why is because you get one machine, or in this case I have two of them, which is really awesome, by the way. I like to use a single tractor that can take multiple attachments for a lot of enhanced and array of capability. So the Kombi system from Stihl is no exception. I have a string trimmer, I have a brush cutter, and I have a sidewalk edger. Now, I'd get the Ventrac edger because it's really cool. It takes up a lot of valuable floor space in what once was a large shop. A lot of floor space is already taken up, so floor space is at a premium, and I only have about, I don't know, maybe 300 feet of edging to do on my curb. So I use the edger on the Kombi system. It works really well. It only takes me less than 5 minutes to do it. So for me, that's not really worth the extra floor space that would be taken up by another Ventrac attachment, as much as I love Ventrac attachments. So we are going to get what Stihl is calling the Power Sweep, which is like a rubberized brush type system, and that'll take the walkway right down to the surface and make it as safe as possible in snowy or icy conditions. So it'll make it a lot more fun for me to clear. So I've already called ahead to the Stihl dealer, which is Little's in Downingtown, which from my understanding has the largest Stihl showroom on the East Coast. And it's right here. It's less than 10 minutes away. So we'll head over to Little's and we'll pick up this new attachment. I'm really excited to mount this and give it a try and see how it works. Well, it got pretty cold last night, down to about, I think, 18 degrees. So we're going to have to let the truck warm up a little bit. We have a little bit of ice on the windshield, but the drive to Little's is a nice one. A lot of nice backcountry roads. It's very relaxing. Listen to that V10 purr. I love it. I could listen to that all day. It sounds awesome. It sounds like a sports car. You know, when I'm accelerating or pulling a load, it's just, I love it. Well, that's Nate, he's home. I love a good old-fashioned manual transmission. I just see all of these safety features and advancements. They take all of the skill away from the driver. I think a large part of that is that drivers have become mainly unskilled. It's sad, but I believe it's true. So anyway, this is a 6-speed transmission. So I have 6 in forward and 1 in reverse. This is 4-wheel drive, and the transfer case lever is also manual, not the little. Some of the models from this year had a little switch you could turn it, and that was right here behind where my phone is. Yeah, there's nothing automatic on this truck at all. The power, there are no power windows. And I got to hand crank those too. This truck is all business, just getting work done. This is a rare truck to find. The 6.8 liter big block V10 with the 6-speed manual transmission and the crew cab 4-door. This is one of 3 I know about in the entire country. So that, according to the automaker, makes this an exotic vehicle. I love it. I have exotic vehicles, and usually I buy the rare ones if I can find them. I bought this secondhand. So the guy I bought this from was the original owner, and he ordered this from the factory in this configuration. Okay, so now we're in first gear. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Sometimes when I'm cruising down the road, I'll accidentally put the clutch down and go for that imaginary 7th gear. Sometimes I forget what gear I'm in and realize I'm already in the top gear. So I had a brand new Ventrac owner reach out to me yesterday. Henry just bought his Ventrac 2 weeks ago, a 4500P with the Kawasaki engine, and he's put 7 hours on it so far, practicing on his friend's farm. And right now, as we speak, he is doing his very first job, which is a slope mowing job for a billboard with his Tough Cut. So I was offering him the best. I mean, he had a lot of questions, you know, about the dual wheel kit and some other things, and I'd like to think that, you know, hopefully I was very helpful, Henry. I hope I was very helpful. I hope that your job is going very well today. And he said that he's going to send me photographs and updates throughout the process today, and I can't wait to see him. I always love helping out a new Ventrac guy. You whether he's using it for personal use at home or like Henry out there on his first job looking to make some money with it. I always get excited when I see that. I think that, entrepreneurship is a great thing. One of the things that makes this country so great is that you find something that someone needs and you can take it upon yourself to offer your services as a job to get it done. I think it's awesome. I really do. For those of you that didn't know, I used to be a professional truck driver, over the road, 18-wheelers, 80,000 pounds, 40 tons. I used to drive for East Penn Manufacturing, Deca Batteries, and I drove just about every place east of the Mississippi. It was all over the place, and it was a really good job. It was a really great experience to see a lot of places I would have never seen and meet a lot of people I never would have met. So I look at it and I'm very appreciative of that time that I was over the road. Seth and Ethan were very little at the time, and they don't really have any recollection that I was away from home so much. And, in retrospect, yeah, it's kind of sad. Being a family man and a truck driver is hard. Just being away from home that much. I'd be away for multiple days, sleeping back in the berth of the truck. And I'm not sure how they do things these days. I know you still got to keep log books, but I think some of the rules and some of the laws have changed in terms of how many hours you're allowed to drive and how much sleep you have to get. But overall, it was a good experience, and I'm glad to have had it. So these days, I think of that fondly. I'm listening to my favorite music, and I'm going through the gears, and I'm checking my mirrors, and I'm looking at the trailer. But I'm doing it just for me. Our own family endeavor. We're pulling our own trailer with our own equipment, going to the next job to amaze our next customer. And there's a lot of satisfaction in owning your own business and putting yourself out there and offering your skill set to your next customer. It's, for us, we base our business solely and completely around the capability of our Ventrac equipment, and we don't use anything else. We use Ventrac, and that is all. And with the vast array of attachments and capability and a lot of the unique ways that I use that equipment to do things in such a way that really no one else can do. And I get a lot of satisfaction out of being able to do that. I'm going to have to fuel this thing up first. This V10, when I'm pulling a trailer, gets about 7-8 miles a gallon. Alright. We'll fuel up, and Little's is right across the street from right here, so we'll be in there shortly. Well, I'm just coming out of Little's now, and that attachment is gigantic. I'll show it to you guys when we get home, so I don't feel quite so bad about spending $350 on it. That thing is enormous. I wasn't expecting something that big at all. This thing will work pretty nicely. I'm kind of excited about it. So while I was fueling up, a state trooper pulled in beside me, and he was very cordial and asked me how I was doing, and we struck up a conversation, and turned out that he was in the Army too. Not just the Army, he was also an 11B, a grunt, a blue cord, just like me. So naturally we talked about that for for a long time. I said, I feel so bad. I said, I don't want to hold you up. He said, no. He said he had the radio on him, and if they needed him, that's him in front of us. I don't believe it. So he went in to to get some coffee, presumably, and here I am coming out of Little's, and we're pulling out at the same time. But yeah, it's really neat to run into other guys like me that went through the same training, have a lot in common, and we could have talked about that all day. He just said how much he appreciates being a state trooper, to kind of keep up that same kind of feeling, camaraderie. I get it. So I feel fortunate today. I'm having a pretty good day. I mean, that can change literally in a heartbeat. I can go from having a pretty good day to feeling downright lousy. So the surgery, we just received a letter in the mail. Usually we get a phone call or an email, some type of way to let us know of an upcoming appointment. And we got a letter in the mail. The surgery is scheduled for January 14th, which is a Friday, in the morning. And I'm not sure how long I'm actually going to be in the hospital. So anyway, that's coming up, and Susie asked me if I'm feeling apprehensive about it. I said, no, not really. Our surgeon seems very competent. He's been doing this for a very long time, for many, many years. So, you know, in that regard, I have faith in his ability. Absolutely. I suppose maybe once we get closer to the date, maybe I'll have a little more apprehension. I don't know. Frankly, because I got to be down there in the morning, I think most of my apprehension is just going to come from the drive. It's all country roads, backcountry roads, until we get close to the hospital, and then we have to take like this major highway, Kirkwood Highway, that goes in front of the VA. It's the only way to get in there. And that time of morning will probably be a lot of traffic on there. So frankly, I think that's my biggest reservation right now. I do not like driving in stop and go traffic. I don't like it. I just feel vulnerable. And I think for you guys that have kind of done the same things I did in the past, you know, being in a convoy or in an area where there's a lot of congestion, I feel vulnerable. So anyway, that's coming up, and I'm kind of looking forward to getting past that and the healing process, and hopefully that will go a long way to help me feel better and get some of my strength back. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Well, we're here. We just pulled in, and you can see this big thing in the back. I'm going to get it out here. We'll take a closer look at it. This thing's got to be a good 20 pounds. I don't know. I said 15 when I was in at the dealership, and you know, I'm not a small guy, so maybe this is heavier. Maybe 20 pounds? I don't know. Look how big this thing is. Oh my goodness. Well, there you can see the size compared to the Ventrac and the 3-point. I mean, it's every bit as wide as the 3-point is. Look at that. Pretty cool. Now, we'll take a look at it, and I'll show you how it hooks up to the Kombi system. It's actually pretty nifty. Now you can see I currently have my sidewalk edger on this thing. And to change it out, you don't even need any tools. That's all you do. So again, like the Ventrac, I just think it's a very handy thing to be able to have one power head where you can put multiple attachments on and get the most out of it. And that's it. That's not balanced too bad. There's a little bit of weight there in the end. Like I said, the entire attachment might be about 20 pounds. I'm not sure what the manufacturer says. But I'm actually going to start this up now and I'm going to run it so you can see what this does. So come outside with me, we'll take a look. All right, now we'll run it here and you'll see what this thing does. Well, now we've got that all straightened out. It works, it runs, I'm very happy. This thing is a little bit heavy on the end, but you're not really picking it up. You just kind of let its weight down on the ground, rev that thing, and just walk behind it and let it push material out of the way. So I'm not sure when it is we're going to get our first snowstorm, but when that does happen, we're going to get the Ventrac out, and we're going to get Gertrude out. We're going to get the KX523 Snowblower with the deep snow kit and the electric actuator. Clear the snow, and the walkway will wind up finishing up with this thing. So we'll test it out and see how well it actually works. Hope you all are enjoying the videos on this channel. I try to keep them as fun and entertaining as possible. If you are enjoying, please be sure to hit the like and subscribe button and also the notifications bell, and that way when we upload new videos, not only will you be the first to know, but it helps other people find this channel who are looking for this kind of thing. So it's greatly appreciated. Thanks so much for joining us today, and we'll see you next time.